let $1 billion plus go through the state government that you're in charge of, get dispersed out to criminals and shipped back to terrorists overseas without having somebody being complicit in this act.
A scandal of alleged widespread fraud throughout the state of Minnesota has politicians and residents of the state on edge. This comes after prosecutors have charged dozens of people with stealing hundreds of millions of dollars from state-run programs.
The fraud is so bad that the U.S. Attorney's Office has come out and indicated that they believe their entire government programs, where the fraudulent claims outstrip the legitimate ones.
A big reversal in a $7.2 million fraud case in Hennepin County.
Yusuf and his wife, Lowell Ahmed, were charged with stealing $7.2 million of taxpayer money through Medicaid. The couple allegedly spent tens of thousands of the fraud money on luxury items for themselves. Despite the jury swiftly convicting Yusuf, Judge Sarah West last week decided they got it wrong.
Hundreds of social service workers publicly are blaming him for a massive fraud scandal that's been rocking the welfare system in the state. Staff at Minnesota Human Services Department say widespread false billing allegedly funneled more than $1 billion in taxpayer funds to nonprofits that are tied to the Somali community. Now, they claim Walz ignored their warnings, even punished whistleblowers.
His being the governor.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Hit the like button for me, please. We'll finish up this clip and then we will get started again.
Governor of Minnesota is the ultimate crime. This guy is a fraud from the word go. He lied about his military career. He got caught on national TV, David, lying.
So we know, we get the point, right? Welcome, 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 folks. As you enter the chat room, please, please, please hit that like button. Hopefully we can trigger the YouTube algorithm. All right, Dorian, good job. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, if you've been watching and you are not subscribed to the channel, today is your day. So I'm going to continue with this. It's all over social media. People cannot stop talking about this. And so, again, it seems every day there's something new. Jeremiah says that I told people about you on a live. One of the ladies that is running Chicago Flips Red. Okay, Jeremiah. Thank you, love. Thank you, love. So let's go ahead and get the roll call out of the way. Joel, how are you? And James, Stacy, Tijuana Border Jumper. My Girls, of course, is here. Hello. Maga, how you doing? Maga said, I knew that DEI crap was crooked. Yes, we know Trump got rid of DEI. So again, I'm going to break it down for you because I found this out today. And again, each day there's something new. How you doing, Patriot and Greg and Mayor and anyone who's here who has not typed your name or typed anything? Lanita, how you doing, love? Ollie is here. Bobby, hello, Bobby. So yeah, if you are familiar with this subject matter, let me know. I just found out about this today, the extent. And if you're just coming in, I've already shared one clip, but everything is coming out every day. There's something else. There's another wrinkle added to this story. And so, hey, I love the exposure. How you doing, Brenda? Oh yeah, Brenda, you are fine. I can see you, love. As long as you send an emoji or type a word, I can see that you're here. If not, how you doing, Emma? Well, hello. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back to the live show. And yeah, we're breaking it down. And I am just like, wow, because remember, we have been fed the line about the immigrants and they're just here to work hard and to make a better life for themselves and all of these things. Right, Jeremiah. That's his new name. Facts. Yes, Joel, you know they are. So he will not take responsibility or accountability, but we know that that's nothing new. And from everything I was watching, he was aware of this situation. But you know how it is. If there's a whistleblower, They are warned, keep your mouth shut, turn your head the other way. And so now all of these people, now if it was 1 or 2 people, I would say, well, maybe. But all of these people, several hundred people are saying the same thing. No. Can you imagine if he had become vice president? Oh my God. Thank God. Where are we? Brenda. Yeah, hello. Thank you for asking. Yes, Miss Rolynn, not to get off the subject. How did Letitia James? Robert, I told you last night. There are 2 sets of rules, and you know she has the money to get the best legal representation, and we know that the federal judges, they're all corrupt and they're all compromised. So it is what it is. But as I said before, none of us truly gets away with anything. So and I think from what I was reading today, they're trying to get her for something else. So she's not out of the forest quite yet. So tell me what your thoughts are. Look at the title, those just joining us. Tim Walz is exposed. And what I found out today, DEI was used to commit the $1 billion welfare fraud because they were threatening people. If you don't give us this money, so you know, we're going to go to the media and tell them you are discriminating against us. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. Yes, Robert, they need to make a better life in their own country. Get out. So MAGA, and those of you in the comment section, what are your thoughts on that? They were threatening people. That's how they were able to scam billions of dollars. MAGA, Brenda, Robert, Dorian, as Americans, we wouldn't be able to scam that kind of money. We'd run one small scam and be arrested and thrown in jail. Someone tell me I'm wrong. Someone talk to me. Lanita, FYI, Walz is so dirty. He changed the state flag to look almost like the Somali flag. These are facts. He had to be getting a little something, and we know they all do, Lanita. Keep dropping your truths in the comment section. And we know that's how the Democrats are. They're all on the take, and they're all compromised. So Omar's buddies in crime still have their mansions. Yes, I saw a report showing some of the scammers were living in $1 million houses, even though they were charged with fraud. Well, hopefully Trump will take care of all of that and we will get rid of these scammers. Dorian said all DEI did was benefit white women and the LGBT people. Yeah, so we're finding out it benefited these Somalis, these Somali immigrants. They were threatening, if you don't give us this money, we will go to the press and tell them you are discriminating against us. But remember, the immigrants are always saying discrimination doesn't exist. Just work hard like we do. Make it make sense. So I wanted to share that clip and tell me what your thoughts are, folks. And finally, it is Friday. Oh my God, I love it. MAGA says, yes, Dorian, DEI benefited all of the white Somalian women, LMAO. It did not help white people, just like all black colleges don't help white people, but we'll keep taking it. Okay. Patriot Tampon Tim likes litter boxes and tampons. Yes. Mayor watched a video of a Somalian woman say the problem is we are jealous of them. Mayor, you were here last night. I shared a video with you last night where a Somali woman was saying we're envious and we're jealous of them because they come here and in a very short period of time, they're doing well. And they're all saying it's because of hard work. And now we're finding out, no, it's because of hard scamming. How you doing, jet lag? All right. MAGA says it did help white women. I guarantee you. Oh my God. Woo! Oh wow. Okay, MAGA, I'm in a black college and we have white people, but we just so dumbfounded. Okay. All right. So tell me what your thoughts are on this. I'm going to break this down. You know, I have to cue this up for you. I'm just, oh boy. I told you, and my last class is over at 12:45. And so I go and check the alerts on my phone as I'm also grading work and doing things like that. How you doing, Nemo? And when I saw this, I was like, OMG. Hit that like button for me, please, folks. We have 32 people in here and only 21 people have hit that little thumb. It won't cost you anything. I promise. How you doing, Kasink? Haven't seen you in a while. Kasink is here. Roni is here. How are you? All right. We've had a lot of people to join us, and we welcome you all. And feel free to drop a comment in the comment section and tell us what you think about all of these situations. And I think it's just to not, be willing to take responsibility on your role in this. They just keep deflecting. So let's see what they're saying now. Let me cue this up. And those that don't know, Tim Walz went on Meet the Press. All right. So, yeah. And he still is making excuses. And I'm just like, dude, what is wrong with you? So let's go ahead and get this cranked up. And tell me what your thoughts are. All right, here we go.
In Minnesota, under the watch of Governor Walz, has exploded in his 7 years as governor. There are 28 known scandals of fraud, just over 7 years, $1 billion or more of fraud under Governor Walz, finally getting national attention.
These are federal cases. And B, or number two, 71 of the 75 people charged are of East African descent.
I think it's safe to say that there was a real unwillingness or inability among Democratic state officials in Minnesota to recognize some pretty obvious alarm bells here.
And I wanted to mention this to you because I'll probably go live. So they're going to have, and you knew this was coming. They're going to have a rally, a march tomorrow. Talking about we're supporting our friends in the Somali community. So there's an immigrant march tomorrow. So they're just ignoring, they're totally oblivious to all of this that's going on. They don't care. Kasink, doing well. Thank you for asking. And I've been missing your opinions and focus. Oh, okay. Kasink, well, welcome back, love. Here we go.
All across these programs, claims were skyrocketing, absolutely spiraling out of control over a short period of time.
Whistleblowers.
And you know what? One thing I'm glad about, because again, they're always me no black, me no black. Thank God with delineation. Yeah. And white people and black people. Now, I showed you, was it last night or the night before? When they're arresting some of these migrants who are committing crimes, they're putting W down for the race of these people when clearly they are not white. They are still skewing the crimes that are being committed. Tell me what you think about that, because they're always, it's only a small percentage. No, it's not. When they're putting W down, and I did another video on that, where the perpetrator is clearly not white. They put W down because they don't want us to know the truth. How you doing, Beverly? Hit that like button for me, please, love. And these are the games that they play so that it doesn't look so bad. And that is totally unacceptable. The world would explode if they had a honky march. Jet lag, they would talk about racism and white supremacy and all of that forever, from now until the rapture. Okay. So yeah, jet lag, that's how it goes. We know what we're dealing with. Nemo, how are you? And this is not acceptable. Trish, hello, love. He's got nothing but excuses. Jeremiah, he has not taken accepted responsibility. He is deflecting. He's not doing anything or saying anything. And the people in Minnesota are finally getting fed up with Tampon Tim. Thank God. And so, yeah, he went on Meet the Press. And again, whistleblowers, you had people, there's a system in place of checks and balances to check everything out to make sure everything is legitimate. Because, any of you who work, particularly with the government, okay, and I work with the state government, audits are a real thing. They will come in and audit. So even with me, each teacher in their classroom, we all have an inventory because, property that the state has purchased or, money that we use to purchase things that we got from the federal government due to the Smith-Hughes Act 1917. If they want to know where a piece of equipment is or whatever the case may be, you have to show them you have it. And, because they're going to be looking at your inventory. That's how it goes with an audit. And those of you who have, certain jobs, how auditing works. All right, here we go.
Walz shut them down, reassigned them, and told them to stay quiet. Now, according to this...
Did everyone hear that? When he was told, listen to what he did.
Over a short period of time,
whistleblowers tried to sound the alarm early. Instead of the cracking down, those whistleblowers said that Walz shut them down, reassigned them, and told them to stay quiet. Now, according to this Twitter post right here, that I don't know if they're still verifying if this is a legit group or not, but it says right here, Tim Walz is 100% responsible.
And I told you, finally, some people are waking up. Patriot, I was yelling with Damon out, all worked up. Oh, okay. Lanita, the 3,000-year promised land latest scam is the best Somali joke I've heard all year. They are not very creative. No, Lanita, Americans could never get away with that scam. Oh my God, we'd be in jail so quick. OMG.
Right. We let him know early on. He retaliated and told us to keep quiet.
So he knew about this. He retaliated against some people and told them basically to shut up. All right. Let me get rid of the commercial. So he needs to be charged.
Department of Human Service employees in Minnesota came out with this ex-post, and they're usually tend, I think, from the center to the left. But boy, they put it right where I think it belongs. Tim Walz is 100% responsible for massive fraud in Minnesota. We let Tim Walz know of fraud early on. He systematically retaliated against whistleblowers and did his best to discredit fraud reports. So not only did he look the other way, but he was retaliating against those people who did spot the...
This man needs to be charged, okay? And in his conversation with the reporter from Meet the Press, he was talking about he couldn't do things he needed to do because Trump has cut federal money. Sir, we see what you did with the federal money that you did have. You don't need any more federal money. Right, Nemo. Tijuana border jumper. I'd like to see the communications where the people were told to shut it down. Tijuana, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Now, if Tim Walz was smart, because if you send an email or a text message, you're toast. So, did he, communicate with someone electronically? If so, easy paper trail. Patriot, you think that Chicago City Council meetings are crazy? You should see the LA City Council meetings. Okay, Patriot. Thank you. Brenda, you tell them, oh, Brenda, I will. He needs to be charged. That this is a disgrace. And when you do something, you know, of this magnitude, you, Dorian said again, Trump is. Yes. So Tijuana, I'm like you. I want, let me see some receipts. I want to see, but now that we're talking about several hundred people, someone should have some form of communication where he told them not to, you know, follow through or to ignore the discrepancies. Roni, get this. A person I work with was rear-ended by an illegal. Her car was smashed. She got out and we good and left. No police report. Ronnie, that happens all over America, love. Yes. Disgraceful. And lots of times they run because they know they're illegal and they know if the police come on the scene, not only will they be in trouble for the accident that they've caused, they're also going to be arrested because they're here illegally and they don't have any insurance. Right, Tijuana, trust but verify. That's very important. Very, very, very important. I agree with you 100%. How many of you, if you feel that Tampon Tim should be charged, type a 1 in the comment section. Yeah, that's just, most of you know how I move and how I operate. He needs to be charged. This is a disgrace. American taxpayer dollars. So we're all taxpayers. I'm done. I mean, the magnitude, and like I was telling my girls earlier, there is no way that Americans would have gotten to that point. My girls, maybe we would have committed one scam, we would have been busted and thrown in jail. So again, like I've been saying, immigrants get special treatment. They commit crimes. And you know, I've done a gazillion videos on that. And nothing happens. Or remember, the police, of course, were told to stand down. They don't say that with Americans. Evil war woman, hello, love, hit that like button. Yes, he should be in jail. Yes. When Americans commit crimes, that's what happens. I don't see people crying, oh, they have kids, don't put them in jail. Nemo, Ronnie, Maga, Greg, Evil War Woman, Jeremiah, Patriot, my girls, Joel, Ollie, Brenda, Trish. If any of us as American citizens commit a crime, there is no one there saying, oh, no, you know, give them a break. Don't put them in jail. No, ma'am, no, sir. And that, my girls, you've been here. You know, I've said so much that is what has really angered me. The 2 sets of rules. We would have been thrown under the jail, dirt thrown in our face. My girls. My girls said we would have been thrown in jail, under the jail, dirt thrown in our face, and steamrolled. No lies were detected. But again, yet again, and I've been saying this, some of you have been here for a while. They get special treatment. Of course, now they're all crying, Trump is racist. Don't want to hear it. Deport, deport, and deport. Boom. All right, we have one more clip, and then we're going to go to another. And because I want to show you the info that I was looking at and explain how they were able, they used DEI because they threatened to sue and threatened to go to the news and tell them they would not give them this money. Oh my God, make it make sense. We have to pay our taxes right away, even if we're a minute late. They're upset. Yes, MAGA. Exactly.
Out of control over a short period of time. And the reality is that the Somali community, which is where these large-scale fraud rings have been concentrated within this population in the state, it is a sizable voting bloc. It is a voting bloc you have to win if you're going to.
Did you hear that? There are so many Somalis there. It's a sizable voting bloc. So you have to stay on their good side. Get these people out of here. Someone put the ICE phone number down in the chat so I can remember to dial them up and call them and tell them to go get these people out of here.
Win political office in Minneapolis. And so I think that was likely a incentive here that made some people not want to look too.
All right. And so that's all I have for that, pretty much. Boom. Nemo, you have to say deport 3 times. Okay. Deport, 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 and boom. I hope that you are happy, Nemo. I always try to make Nemo happy. All right. So let me take you to the next clip. And what I wanted to share with you, because you're probably asking, well, how did they use DEI? So Tim Walz was interviewed by what's her name, Kristen Welker on Meet the Press. How you doing? Hoshep 22. They need to be brought up on RICO charges like they do us. Okay, I think you're new here. You're getting a truth bomb. That's what I'm talking about. Hoshep, how you doing, love? That's what I'm sick and tired of. American citizens don't catch a break. Hoshep 22. If you're new here, let me know so we can give you a nice, warm Rolynn's Reviews welcome. Okay, Hoshep is new, so everyone, please give Hoshep 22 a nice, warm welcome. Welcome to the family, love. Hit that like button. Share this stream out. Yes, Nemo. Oh, my God. Hoshep, let me give you an example. Hoshep, if you commit crimes and the federal marshals are looking for you, tell me where you can go find sanctuary. How do they normally do it? I'm glad you asked. I will tell you. If you have committed crimes, Hoshep 22, and the U.S. Marshals are looking for you, they work in unison with the local police, okay? And they arrest you and hold you until the federal marshals get there, if they can find you. They won't do that with illegals. They won't help them none whatsoever. How you doing, Keel? Now you understand my issue with illegal immigration. So make it make sense. The Democrats discriminate against the American people. But every time it's time for a voting cycle to come around, like the 2026 midterms, here they go to the Black churches, to the Black communities, begging for votes. No, ma'am, no, sir. Wake up, people. You can't be that dense. Why are you voting for your own demise? Hoshep 22, yes, and they need to be brought up on charges too. Boom. Yes, the things that they have done and been allowed to get away with, oh my God, no, we couldn't do that. No, 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 no. Never. We would have been thrown, like my girl said, in jail, dirt thrown in our face, and a whole bunch of other things. So that's where we stand on this channel. Tom Holman should personally go there and deport them. Robert, I wish he would. Get those people out of here. They come here, they turn up their nose, they talk crap about Americans. Get rid of sanctuary cities and states. I've said that. They've got to go. So when he was interviewed, again, over 400 people. Now, if it was one person, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 100. Okay. Over 400 people are not lying on you. Over 400. Now, then we're talking current and former. Okay. Minnesota Department of Human Services employees. They're pointing fingers directly at Walz. He orchestrated this. He engineered, they said, a culture of fear and fraud protection. So he knew what was going on and he turned a blind eye. Make it make sense. They claim he ignored red flags on massive scams, installed cronies to bury audits. We know, so sounds like someone was cooking the books, and retaliated against anyone who dared to speak up. Threats, surveillance, family intimidating people's families. Oh my God. This guy, what is he in the mafia? La Cosa Nostra. The feeding of our future program, Ground Zero, a supposed child nutrition initiative that ballooned into the nation's largest, I can't say the C word, but the plandemic, you know what I mean by C word, because YouTube will stop the channel. They won't push the video out if you use the C word. The largest, I'll say C era fraud scheme, but fraudsters pocketing $250 million. Some estimates push it to 1 billion. When you, in totality, 1 billion across related programs, so social service programs for fake meals, luxury cars. If you're just coming in, I've already shared a clip of their beautiful $1 million homes. But what are they always telling Americans? You're lazy. You don't work hard enough. Look at us. We've been over here a very short period of time. Look at what we have. There are a lot in Ohio also. The majority cultural mindset is to parasite using our American dollar. They work only at not being American. The loyalty is for Somalia. That's right, Lanita, the enemy from within. I talked about that last night. Kindness is seen as stupidity. And that's why they come over and take advantage of us. Hit the like button for me, please, folks. That's their view of working. Nemo, yeah, working hard at scamming. And so I have another clip I wanted to share with you. And so I want all these people, the over 400 people. I hope someone has an email, something. Okay, how you doing, B. Williams? We need proof. He needs to be indicted. All of that, all those American dollars, just gone, up in smoke. And he was complaining that he can't do some things he needs to do because Trump won't give him money. Oh my God. I can't with him. So we have to wait and see. Whistleblowers say Walz's admin weakened safeguards, discredited reports. So even if you were working and you're like me, we have bills to pay. So if you see a discrepancy or that something is wrong and you go to show it and someone blows you off, I'm the type of person, I'll just start trying to protect myself, because when something of this magnitude is exposed, you don't want to be thrown under the bus as a scapegoat when you tried to say, hey, this is what's going on. So we have to wait. And again, these empowered Somali linked networks, they've been gaming the system for years. So tell me what your thoughts are. And I'm going to show you another clip because you need to know what they're doing. And again, DEI was used. Threats of discrimination. They use DEI. Oh my God. Woo. Right, Lanita. Kasink said even the AG in Minnesota is in on it. Yeah, right. Some people need to go to jail for this. I'm saying. Marga, I was watching Trump live today, and someone that claimed to be a Somali American actually insulted Americans. And I said to them, you would be lucky if you were an American. Yeah. So they come over here, they look down on Americans, they say horrible things, they turn their nose up, and then they bite the hand, literally, that feeds them. Make it make sense. Brenda, yes, new scum. That's his name. All right, let me get this video going. All right, and you tell me what your thoughts are, because he needs to be, I hope that, I know Doge is no more, but Doge needs to come back out, and he needs to be audited and everything else. Bobby, if they're going to stick in the Americans every day, they could at least have the courtesy of a reach around. Oh, Bobby. Boom. How you doing? Yadon68. How are you? Yadon, let me know if you are new here so that we can give you a nice warm Rolynn's reviews. Welcome. Okay, there you go. And then I was watching the video earlier. This lady was like, we were with you with George Floyd, when Black Americans were being killed. I don't know what that lady was talking about, because I wasn't marching for George Floyd. So, you know, again, Democrats are trying to use people. They're trying to get Black Americans out in the streets to protest, and it's not happening. Brenda, yeah, they're not doing as much as they were before, but yeah, they behind the scenes, they need to go to Minnesota. You know, with all the scamming that's happened there, oh my God, please go to Minnesota. All right, so let me go ahead and queue up the next video. I hope that you are enjoying this content. I told you I try to give you the best info that I can to keep you informed. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. So I have a little clip here. So listen to this so you can find out how DEI was used to scam the system. All right, here we go.
The $1 billion welfare fraud scandal in Minnesota was enabled by DEI. Let me explain. Between 2020 and now, federal prosecutors say that more than $1 billion was stolen from Minnesota's social service programs and funneled to fraudulent nonprofits like Feeding Our Future. These organizations claim services for tens of thousands of children who didn't exist. Instead, taxpayer dollars went to funding luxury houses, high-end cars, jewelry, overseas real estate projects, and worst of all, Al-Shabaab, an Islamist terrorist group in Somalia.
Okay, so remember, according to Ilham Omar, that never happened. Jet lag. Okay, how you doing? John Randall, hello. Hit that like button, love. Tell me what your thoughts are about this scandal. OMG. Tell us what you think. Boom. All right, and I'll start the video again here. Listen to this, folks.
Now, new reporting shows that the Minnesota Department of Education officials noticed red flags early. They questioned invoices that made no mathematical sense. They noticed new feeding centers were registered in strip malls that were basically empty. They saw providers claiming to serve more meals than there were children living in entire zip codes. And every time they tried to investigate, they were hit with the same accusation. If you expose this, it's racist.
Did you hear that, folks? When people said something to them, they said, you're racist, because they were trying to get to scam and get the money. DEI strikes again. Here we go.
That's because Feeding Our Future was run by American citizens of Somali heritage.
Did you hear that? The people over the organization, Feeding Our Future, was run by American citizens of Somali heritage. Make it make sense. Okay.
When the state began scrutinizing their applications, the organization filed a discrimination complaint.
Everybody hear that? When the state of Minnesota, I don't make this stuff up. When they started scrutinizing the applications, this organization filed a discrimination complaint. Make it make sense. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section. Oh.
With the Minnesota Department of Human Rights and later sued the Department of Education, accusing it of racial bias. And
they sued the Department of Education, accusing it of racial bias. So again, these people are over here doing things that they can't even do in their home country. If they tried to do the things in their home country, we know, well, Trump told you how bad it is over there. They would come up missing. You just wouldn't hear from them again. Somebody with a machete would get a hold of them, and that would be the end. T. Lawrence, hello. How are you? T. Lawrence said, I'm tired of being called racist and xenophobic by criminals. Boom. The gall of these Somalis is unbelievable. Oh, yeah. T. Lawrence, check out my other videos of Somalis and all these other people. They're awful.
Discrimination. Feeding our future weaponized DEI by telling the Minnesota Department of Education that failing to promptly approve new applicants from minority-owned businesses would result in a lawsuit featuring accusations of racism that would be sprawled across the news.
Speaking of the Somali community, President Trump is targeting them and your state in part. He's citing fraud as the reason for his crackdown. Dozens of people of East African descent have been charged, convicted, and sentenced for stealing more than $1 billion in taxpayer money from government programs during COVID. As you know, Governor, that is more than Minnesota spends each year to run its Department of Corrections. So I want to give you a chance to respond to this. Do you take responsibility for failing to stop this fraud in your state?
Well, certainly I take responsibility for putting people in jail.
So again, did he answer the question? No.
Governors don't get to just talk theoretically. We have to solve problems. And I will note, it's not just Somalis. Minnesota is a generous state. Minnesota is a prosperous state, a well-run state. We're AAA bond rated, but that attracts criminals. Those people are going to jail. We're doing everything we can, but
so he's blowing smoke up our rears. No, you're not, sir. Over 400 people are not lying on you. Okay, stop it.
Demonize an entire community on the actions of a few. It's lazy. And as you heard Senator Kelly say, this president has cut a lot of inspector generals. He's cut programs that could help us tackle this on. So
you hear how he's putting it back on Trump about Trump cutting the programs. Sir, Brenda, Brenda, you have to get a truth bomb for that. Brenda said that was a retarded answer. Brenda, you see how he turned it back on Trump? Because Trump cut the programs. Trump is intelligent. That's why he's not sending you any money. Idiot. Oh, my girls. Terrified tampon Tim is trying to play the superhero when he is nothing but a weak-kneed villain. Yes. So he's turning it back on Trump. He has not accepted responsibility for his role in this scheme. And he's the governor. He could have stopped it. Oh, my God. They are so, yes, they are. Yes, MAGA, boom. Make it make sense, folks. Here we go.
We'll take it on. We'll put folks in jail. I don't care what your nationality is. I don't care what your religion is, your color. If you're committing crimes, these are programs that were meant to serve students with autism, to housing and.
So now he's out here. How you doing, Rusty? And I don't know about you. I don't want to hear anything this liar has to say. I mean, I am totally disgraced. I cannot believe he allowed this to happen. Yes, Mayor, he's blaming Trump for cutting funds, right? He's, again, like the great emperor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, blaming everything on Trump for cutting money that they were going to use for these programs. Okay, MAGA, good point. Yeah. Oh, my God.
To making sure people had enough to eat. There's a reason Minnesota ranks as the top, lowest childhood poverty, best place for children to live. People are taking advantage of that. They're going to prison. That is totally disconnected with demonizing an entire group of people who came here fleeing civil war and created a...
We don't care that they came here fleeing civil war. They need to go back, and you can go with them.
Vibrant community that makes Minnesota and this country better. But that's Donald Trump. Deflect, demonize, come up with no solutions. He's not going to help fix anything on fraud.
You hear that? Thank you, Marsh. Marsh, I think you came in after I made that statement. Jeremiah said Tim Walz isn't just a retard, he's a narcissistic sociopath. Oh my God, these words. Woo! Oh my God. No accountability for mayor. Exactly. None. Zero, zilch, nada. Lanita said Walz is a crook pillow biter. Yeah, exactly. And again, let me go back. You need to hear this again. Oh my God. The threats of lawsuits. Yeah, I want you to hear this again. I'm going to go back to that part because I want to make sure you heard that nice and clearly. All right. What this young lady had to say about the lawsuits and how the threats of, yes, John Randall said, follow the money. Boom. Somalia has been in civil war for decades. Right, Rusty? That's been going on since the beginning of time with those people. Pack them up, send them back, send Tampon Tim with them. I just don't care at this point. Listen to this, folks, how they were able to get away and the threats of lawsuit and racism and discrimination. That's what black man, what were they trying to do? Somali immigrant, RPD, a 14-year-old, they just let him out. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Greg.
They noticed new feeding centers were registered in strip malls that were basically empty. They saw providers claiming to serve more meals than there were children living in entire zip codes. And every time they tried to investigate, they were hit with the same accusation. If you expose this, it's racist. That's because Feeding Our Future was run by American citizens of Somali heritage. When the state began scrutinizing their applications, the organization filed a discrimination complaint with the Minnesota Department of Human Rights and later sued the Department of Education, accusing it of racial bias and discrimination. Feeding Our Future weaponized DEI by telling the Minnesota Department of Education that failing to promptly approve new applicants from minority-owned businesses would result in a lawsuit featuring accusations of racism that would be sprawled across the news.
Speaking of the Somali community, President Trump is targeting.
So, yeah, I just wanted you to hear again what that young lady had to say. What are your thoughts, folks? My review, you know how I feel. Tina, I'm so sick of the racist mess in this country. Yes. So they were threatening to file. They did file lawsuits in some cases. Other cases, hey, you don't give me this money. So it's like they were sticking these people up. Whoa, take the money and run. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. Give us the money, or we're going to go to the news, and we're going, and they did sue some people, and they claimed discrimination. It was all lies. What are your thoughts? I mean, oh my God. I'm just, I don't know what, I don't know what else to say. Insane stuff. Yes. And that's what I'm saying. It is insane. What the heck is going on? So Tim Walz is, yeah. Let me see if I can find another clip. Deport. Boom. Lanita, in fact, it's illegal for grown men in Somalia to kidnap. I know. Lanita, they're involved in all kinds of nefarious activities. I was going to show you another clip. Hold on, let me see. And this was from, I was looking at this earlier. And then there's a there are a couple of shorts I wanted to show you on Somalians. Okay, so on Somalians, hit that like button, folks, if you are enjoying this content. I am queuing it up for you now. All right, Here we go. You belong to the sea. Here we go. All right. So there's a man that says most Somalis are inbred. So let me show you this short.
I'm trying to visit every single country on the planet, and today I'm in Somalia. I am back in Somalia, although some of my followers from Somaliland would probably object, but it's my first time in Mogadishu in proper Somalia. I've always wanted to visit. I'm currently here at the lighthouse of Somalia.
See, yeah, look at the beautiful beach there in Somalia. Wow.
Yeah, and you can see some of the beaches and the boats and the bustliness behind me. Yeah, I just explored Mogadishu a little bit over the markets. It was really fun. And now I'm currently here in front of the lighthouse of Mogadishu. Greetings from Somalia.
So it seems to be a trend on social media right now for all the liberal content creators to tell us how amazing the country of Somalia is. And they show this by pictures of their beaches and how lovely their cities are from 1,000 feet up. But let me give you some real facts about the country of Somalia. 49% of the population is inbred. 49% of the population of that entire fucking country are the product of incest. Generations of incest. The average national IQ, 67. By the way, the IQ required to be considered mentally disabled in the United States of America is 70. Their average IQ is 3 points below that. They've been engaged in civil war for the last 4 decades. 40 years, still going on today. They are home to one of the world's largest terrorist organizations, Al-Shabaab, which, by the way, the largest funder of that organization is the Minnesota taxpayer.
Boom. No lies were detected in that statement. Well, look at Rusty. Rusty says 67 sounds generous. Hey, Rusty, I love it. OMG. Okay.
But yeah, like, sure, if you just look at Somali beaches and you look at their cities from the sky, it looks wonderful. But on the ground, in real life, it is not. And it's certainly not something that America needs more of.
All right, so there's that one. And then I have another one. So, yeah, this is what we're dealing with here. All right. This guy, he's already been deported, and he's miserable and crying. I love it.
Here's a man who was sent back to Somalia. Watch what he says here. Go ahead, Rob.
أنا معهم لأن دبي أنت اللي وضوء باسبوركي ولا قاطي وأنا سأوك جرا نتوقف أمبسي لصال لكورو إلا كبغض لسؤال عندي علي. I don't want to be here no more. I'm so tired of being here. This place.
That's your home, sir. So I don't know why you're tired of it. Sucks to be you.
This is where I'm living. I'm so tired of it. Just like I want to go back. I don't want to be here no more. I don't cut my hair. I don't shave. I don't do nothing.
Yeah, the free ride is over. Here we go.
You can pause it right there. Whoever picked that music, like that piano.
So, and this is what we've been saying. I told you I'm an avid reader of the comments. Go and fix your homeland. Why are you so miserable, so sad? That's your home. That's where you were born. Hey, Jeremiah said, oh my God, you be illin'. Run DMC from 1986. You be illin'. I remember that song, Jeremiah. Oh my God. Maga said it's such a beautiful country. All the liberals love it. Yeah, well, let's get rid of them. Let's send them over. All right, so I watched that. Let me see if I watched any more shorts because I've been trying to keep up with this stuff. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, I have been keeping up with this stuff. We've already seen that lady. I mean, there's so much going on. It is unbelievable. And this was from LR, what's his name? LFR. And they were talking, Somalians were demanding that Africans attack Americans. So these people are not friendly towards America. They're not. They need to go. They need to go back home. All right. Tell me what your thoughts are, folks. We're not going to be on for very much longer, but I wanted to share that with you because, you know, have a lot of Somalis who are blaming Black Americans. And not my problem. So let me see where we are here. I think I have a short clip I can share with you. Hold on. And then there was this, let me get it. Lanita, hold on. Lanita says, in UK, over 40% of the children are born with defects, physical and mental, marrying of cousins. And yes, Lanita, yes, a lot of people don't know that. Shaziz, how you doing? Yes. They need to take that crap back to Somalia. But what I was telling you earlier, I'm glad that they're specifying who the people are who are actually committing these crimes. Remember, years ago, thanks to Jesse Jackson, with his Pan-Africanism, saying that we're all one, and clearly they've always said, no, we're not. And Africans from other African nations as well will tell you, no, we are not. Rolynn, yes, Dorian, I'll be live streaming tomorrow because they're saying that they're having some type of march tomorrow, but for marching for their friends, the Somalians. So they're marching for the scammers. Make it make sense. They don't call them illegals or any. They just said marching for our neighbors or something like that. I was watching. I was like, okay. No. Shaziz, low IQ attracts low IQ. MAGA, yes. I can't with these people. And again, some of them are on social media blaming Black Americans for their problems. You know, now that Tom Homan and ICE are coming for them and trying to get them out of here. And I don't want to hear it. And I have one clip to share with you. One Somalian woman was talking about, you know, what some Somalians did during George Floyd. Like I said, you're not representing me because I did not march for George Floyd and Black Lives Matter, because we know that was a hoax as well. Black Lives Matter, just another scam going on, another Ponzi scheme. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't have money to give away. Okay. So listen to this Somalian woman and what she has to say. And then we should be done after this. Yeah, here we go.
African Americans, right? They're like so hateful on TikTok. Let me remind you of all the African American. There was a time.
Now she's calling us African Americans. B. Williams said, me neither. Boom. You're right. But she's African American. We're not. We're just American. We're Black American. So, but listen to this.
Where police were unaliving a lot of African Americans. But when it comes to the state of Minnesota, the Somali people that you guys spewing so much hate on. Let me tell you about what happened during George Floyd. When George Floyd happens, we understood that when you come for one black man, you're coming for all of us.
So you see, what do we call that again? She's signaling again. How you doing, Paulina? Now she's like Ilhan Omar. Now they've never called themselves black. Did you hear what she said? I can rewind it. Paulina, Paulina has a story. I need to read it. Hold on. How you doing, love? Paulina says, I've been in Somalia. We had to be off the streets by 6 with opium dens opening up around that time and people gathering to chew cot. The worst country I had ever been to besides that. It was all right. Paulina, thank you. Anyone else who's been to Somalia? And I don't know of anyone who says, oh, I'm going on a vacation. I think I'll go to Somalia. No, thank you. Thank you, Paulina. Thank you, Lanita. But Lanita, did everyone hear what she said? Now that Trump Holman and ICE is coming after their community, now they're calling themselves black, and they've never done that. They've always been adamant, we're not black, we're Somalian. And if you were here last night, I did a video, and I did a video Wednesday night with them ridiculing black Americans. But now they're crying, hey, we were there for you for George Floyd. Listen to this crap.
And we stood by them. We raised our voices. There's no way anybody who were among those protesters can say that Somali people were not among them. We were among them. We raised voices. We chanted Black Lives Matter with
no ma'am, no sir. No ma'am and no sir. So you see what they're trying to do. They're trying to guilt trip people. You have never, ever called yourselves black. Don't start now. Bobby, always a victim. Boom. Nemo, disrespectful. Yes, they're very arrogant. Very arrogant. Margot, that was in. Okay. So, yeah, that's all pretty much the land of pirates. Oh, boom. Yes. Robert, yeah, they love them so much. Let's send them back and the libs with them. Yeah, I'm all for that. Hit that like button, folks, if you're enjoying the content. And so all I can say is na 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 hey 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 goodbye. And that's how I feel about it. Tanya said conveniently being black. Tina, you were here when I played that video last night. How many times did Ilhan Omar say that she was black? She's never said that in her life. Jeremiah said, it's a trap. Oh, yeah, Dorian, I like that song. Marga, I feel bad for people that live in victimhood because they choose to never be victorious. Yeah, that's a sad way to live, Marga. I do have to agree with you. And so that's how I feel. Tell me what your thoughts are, and we're going to get out of here. But you can't pick and choose, just like the Curry Queen. When she started to run for president, all of a sudden, even Trump said, oh, now she's black. And they call him a racist for that. No, he was calling her out on her nonsense. How you doing, Maya sisters? Hit that like button, please, love. How can she compare the killing of an unarmed black man to the fraudulent activity? Maya, they're trying to do anything they can to get black people on their side and in the streets, and not happening. This is what I voted for. I don't know. What do you think? That's where you know how I feel about it. They're going to have to figure it out. But I hope Trump and Tom Homan, ICE, get them out of here. My girls, all these scummy, scammy Somalis are doing is looking up black grievance and white liberal sympathy to get blacks to support them. Boom. No lies were detected. None. Okay. That's all it is. Brenda. Oh, yeah. Brenda, we're glad you're here, love. We are glad you are here. And I'm glad that these Somalians, they're so arrogant. I'm glad they're finding out. And all of these other illegals, get out of here. Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place. We will rock you. We will rock you. Yes, that's what we're doing. ICE is going to rock their world. ICE, Tom Homan, make it happen. I love it. This is what I voted for. Yeah, tomorrow there's a march. Yes, Jeremiah Queen, 1977 was an excellent year. Lanita, they want FBA to be a shield for their lies. Not going to happen. We peeped their game from the start. Yeah, Lanita, I'm just going to sit back and relax because this is what I voted for. Nemo, yes. Queen, I love Queen. And we need to help. I can't do it alone. We need to help wake these people up. Rusty, are the taxpayers also paying for the march? I don't know, Rusty, if it's the taxpayers or George Soros. I don't know. One of the two. But they're marching tomorrow. So I may have a monster live stream where I'm live streaming those idiots out there marching for the Somalians. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Abracadabra. Steve Miller Band. Yeah. Yeah. Rusty. Oh, yeah. All we hear is Radio Gaga. Radio Goo Goo. Radio Gaga. Yeah, I love that. That was an underrated Queen song. I love it. But, all I can say, folks, is I am so happy. Thank God we dodged a bullet. The Curry Queen did not win, or we would be overrun. I guess we would be trying to move out. Okay? And so all I can say is we have been blessed, and thank God we didn't get the Curry Queen and Tampon Tim. Whoa, I got a perfect song for the Somalians for what they've done in Minnesota and God knows where else. Oh, go on, take the money and run. Woo. Go on, take the money and run. Steve Miller Band, baby, 1976. That's what they've done. They have taken the money and they have run. You take it on the run, baby. If that's the way you want it, baby, then I don't want you around. I don't believe it, not for a minute. You're under the gun, so you take it on the run. Of course, that's REO Speedwagon. 1980 was an excellent year. Boom. Rusty, I still listen to REO Speedwagon. Said I'm gonna keep on loving you. Oh my God, that whole album was nice. Oh my God. I know I'm telling my age. How you doing, Tammy? MAGA, they're all crooks. Go ahead to living like a refugee. Okay, Tom Petty, R.I.P. I love Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. I played a TikTok video. I'll play it for you tomorrow, B. Williams. Oh, I'm locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out. I'm locked up. Yeah, they had that. They played that for who was it? Oh God, we grew up with the best music. Rusty, yes. Oh my God. Tom Petty. Oh yeah, I love Tom Petty and Heartbreakers. Lanita, I will probably come on, do a live stream tomorrow. And if I can find some good footage. Yeah, but they're supposed to be protesting tomorrow. They say for our Somalian friends or whatever. Who cares? Love will keep us together. Think of me, boy, whenever. How many of you love Captain Antonio? Boom! One more time. Once is never enough with a man like you. Whoa! Oh God, I need to go listen to my Captain Antonio. Woo! All I can say, I have one more song for you. I am quickly anticipating Tom Holman and Ice getting those people out of here. Anticipation is making me wait. Now, you know I had to sing some Carly Simon. Woo! How you doing, Chris? We're going to get out of here. I want you to enjoy the rest of your Friday. Chris, we're leaving now, but I'll be live tomorrow morning. So I don't know, 11:30, 12-ish, something like that. Oh, yeah, Jeremiah, you're right. Oh, yeah, I already sang some REO Speedwagon. I told you I'm going to go play some old music now. But I appreciate you, and I thank you for joining me, and I will be live tomorrow so we can cover that sorry protest they're supposed to have. Oh, MAGA, okay. And now that's if I can find, my girls, you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. Once in a Lifetime is my favorite Talking Heads song, Joel. Yes, Once in a Lifetime. David Byrne, the lead singer of the Talking Heads. I love it. The Big Bopper. Okay, my girls. Love it. So all of you, please be careful. Remember, if you go out, be cognizant of your surroundings because people are nuts and I don't want anything to happen to any of you. So if I can find someone who's, I'm sure there will be someone live streaming. Yeah, take care. All of you take care. And I'll be live tomorrow. Just keep checking. I don't know, 11:30, 12-ish. Just depends on what time the march starts. Whenever the march starts, I will start a live stream, okay? And I don't know what time the march is going to start. Thank you, Patriot. I appreciate you as well, love. Check me out tomorrow. Hit that like button. Continue to share out the channel. Sammy Hagar. Oh, yeah, I like Sammy Hagar. Barracuda. Oh, my God. Tammy Dorsey. I love Heart. Barracuda. My favorite Heart song is He's a Magic Man. Yeah. Oh, I love Magic Man. Oh, and he's got the magic hand. Oh, my God. I love Heart. Yeah, I love it. Woo. Okay, I'm coming to talk to you right now in the comment section, folks. Thank you again for spending your very valuable time here with me, Barracuda. Still can't drive 55. Nope. MAGA, I listen to Elton John. I have the greatest hits of Elton John in the truck, the CD. Okay. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor and feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. If you've never seen Heart singing Stairway to Heaven, you really need to look it up. Okay, Rusty, thank you. Thank you. I'll do that. All right, I'm coming to talk to you right now in the comment section. Thank you again. I'm on the way. Oh, I love that. Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Yeah, this will be the day that I die. I love that song. Yeah. All the classics I love. All right, I'm coming to talk to you right now. Don't forget, leave comments under the video after I end the live stream. That also helps YouTube to share out the channel. Coming to talk to you right now.